This teacher also liked to be weirdly obtuse about things. Instead of being like other teachers and simply saying something like, "No cell phones in class," put it on my desk, which would allow me to remind them it's an insulin pump. They'd usually say something like, "That's right, my bad." She would instead try and talk abstractly about what she wanted to happen while walking around the room. So this particular day she kept alluding to students listening to music in class, that you should be careful what you do because she can see it, that us kids think we're so sneaky but the adults know what we're up to. I wasn't listening to music, so I figured she'd seen someone with headphones in the room, and the next thing I know she had snuck up behind me with scissors. It took me a good moment to realize what happened because I was astonished. I was used to teachers thinking I had a cell phone, or getting upset about my pump beeping during an exam, but no one had ever touched it before, much less cut my life-sustaining tube. I was sitting with my mouth agape and she turned to me, now that she was at the front of the class again, and said something along the lines of, "Mr. Wonderelli, care to share what tunes are more important than listening to class?" I'd at this point put together that she thought I was listening to music. She thought she cut my headphone wires. I replied, "Just the sound of my thoughts while I've still got any sense, that was my insulin pump." Her jaw dropped to the floor and she panicked. She had to let me go to my locker to get my cell phone and call my mom to bring me a new infusion set. Then I just waited in the front office for my mom. She worked from home and drove like a bat out of HLL. She was so angry. I don't ever want to see her that angry again in my life. It took 10 years off of me. She asked me if I was okay and checked out the damage done. I could tell she was mad, not with me. She walked straight up to the receptionist and just asked where the teacher was, and they phoned the classroom and had my teacher come to the office. The principal also came out. My mom ripped her a new one, but she didn't yell, though I honestly think that made it more terrifying that she was very collected. I don't remember word for word, but basically, she said that removing my insulin pump was a violation of my IAP, not to mention that it is a medical device and an extension of my body which is keeping me alive, and that she would have the audacity to damage life-saving medical equipment was reckless and criminal, that type 1 diabetes is no joke and takes lives, that she should count herself lucky she didn't damage the pump itself, let her know how expensive they are and everything they had to do to get me one. The teacher apologized to me and all the teachers got some more disability accommodation training. Or something.